Yep. What's going on? Here we go.
You.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Big
Goody.
Wrestling Podcast. We are here.
Yes, sir.
We are few in number,
But the show must go on.
but mighty in information.
Glory.
Namash, watch it. Oh my gosh. Don't push us. It can go another way really quickly.
That's right.
The baby maker is out doing baby maker things. And Pastor Dre is still in convocation mode. So
to God be the glory.
To God be the glory. Hopefully he joins us shortly. But as always, you can follow us. Listen, the social media tags and names have changed because we tried to make everything more unified. So on Facebook, our blog page where the actual show is on, it says it's the Bearded Wrestling blog. Then our group, which we want people to join and come and talk smack with us and get all the information about Bearded Wrestling and some things that we got coming up. Got some things coming up. That is the Bearded Wrestling Podcast. On Instagram, it is now let me double check that, make sure I changed it on Instagram. But I feel on Instagram, it's the Bearded Wrestling Podcast as well now. And I'm going to tell you in 5 seconds. Yes, on Instagram, it is the Bearded Wrestling Podcast as well as YouTube. So the only thing that is not changed is the blog. It actually says the Bearded Wrestling Podcast blog. So, but everything is now unified as the Bearded Wrestling Podcast. And our website is up. So now I like a talkback church. Thank you, sir. Now that the website is up, not only can you get our podcast, like this actual video podcast, you can click right onto the link. I'll put the description, the title of our website. When I get a couple more coins, it'll switch to the Bearded Wrestling Podcast website as well. Here comes Dre. Let me let him in.
Here comes the prodigal son. Oh, it's the prodigal son.
Bless you, Rev. We know
prodigal son.
You know you still high in convocation mode.
Convocation.
We know you're still feasting, huh?
Feasting off his certificates. He's certified now.
It's official. It's official. But come on back.
Acknowledge me.
We acknowledge you, sir. We acknowledge you. We acknowledge the God in you. I said something.
Yes.
Here you go. There you go.
I said,
oh Lord.
There you go.
We acknowledge the God in you. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man.
On becoming official, man. When you guys open up, I'm definitely gonna come and support for sure. You're looking.
October 15th, baby. Every Friday night.
Oh man, Friday nights, man. That's the night that J-Vo rested. But for you, I'll pop out. I will pop out. Yeah, so back to what I was saying, the website is up. You can catch the video podcast there, but we are also now on SoundCloud, and hopefully soon we will be on the goal is Spotify and definitely iTunes. We'll work our way to those things. So those are just things coming. Been talking with the guys off the show about doing a wrestling viewing party of our own. So that's in the works as well. Working things out. We will be, here we go. That's a good picture. We will be in Queens though. We will not be in Manhattan. We're going to do something for the outer boroughs. So that's going to be good. More information will come as forthcoming, as they would say in the church. All right. We thank God for Pastor Dre joining us. And like I said earlier, the baby maker is out doing baby maker things. So it is the three of us. And we are going to start right now with hot topics. Dre, you sit there and you pray and you be a man of God. Cisco, you're up.
All right, lots going on, man. Lots going on. I guess we can start with the fact that it was a great week of wrestling. It's a very great week of wrestling. Salute to our brother Jamie, who was out there in Queens for AEW Grand Slam.
I was there.
I gotta say, great event. That Kenny Omega versus Brian Danielson.
Whatever his name
is. Say what you want, but it was great. Great match.
Okay.
Great match.
Let's stop right there.
What?
Right there.
Okay.
I have. Oh man, Dre.
Share your experience, would you?
Dre, don't leave. Stay.
I'm gonna talk. Listen, I'm gonna talk about the E stuff. I am, but I just want to get this out of the way.
So no, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of people saw I posted on the Bearded Wrestling page, which I don't do. I don't actually really post pictures of my actual of myself. I don't really post any more pictures of myself on social media anymore, but I decided to because I was wearing my AEW sweater.
Yes, we saw that.
And
wonderful.
And a couple of the people was like, what? And
they thought you was a traitor.
No. I was there spying for the E. Everybody knows that. And I walked around telling people, hey, don't look at me. I'm with the E. I wanted a shirt saying that. But I just didn't get it in time. I will say, on a whole, it was a great night of wrestling. Like, I enjoyed a different style of wrestling for the night. I don't think that they should use that arena anymore. The arena really wasn't set.
Wrestling friendly?
The stage and everything was set up really nice. I just don't think it was like the best place for wrestling.
Okay.
Gotcha. And I sat up really high, which I really don't do, but I bought the tickets last minute. And even as high as I was, the view was still pretty decent. I just felt like I was climbing Jacob's ladder, getting up there, and I hate it. I really hate that. So I don't like to do it. They were saying, I wanted to say, I am an E guy, but I support all companies in some form of fashion. Now it's time for me to nitpick at it. I got to. So every show that was taped last week was at that arena.
Right.
And I did not know that. So I felt like old WWE days when you have to watch like 10 shows when they used to do everything on the same day. So I saw Dark. I saw Rampage. I saw Dynamite.
And Elevation.
We were there for like 18 hours watching all this wrestling. It was a lot of wrestling. First of all, I was pissed off that Dark Order was on Dark. It's like, damn, are they that bad? They have to go to Dark, and they were like the first match on Dark. I was like,
I feel like when Brody died, man, it kind of took the credibility away, and then I feel like they dropped the ball with the whole Hangman Page thing. So
I agree.
Now, I just don't want them to become a whole bunch of jobbers because they actually are good wrestlers.
Yeah, but right now they're jobbers.
Yeah, of course.
I was super surprised that the Kenny Omega fight was first. Like, I think most people thought that it was going to be like the main event.
Yeah,
but at least we're lower down in the show.
Yeah. I think they only did that because they're taking. I think all the promotions right now are really trying to pump women's wrestling. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to really market it.
And because that title was on the line.
Right. And don't get me wrong. The buzz is there. The buzz been there since even before Evolution. When with the E, with the all women's pay-per-view.
I was there. Pretty dope.
But it's it's what it is right now.
Except AEW's women is trash. The division is trash.
It is. They better think they're good graces that Britt Baker is there, because I mean that's the best thing that's happened for that division.
And Ruby.
Yeah. Everybody else, like I've watched other ones who are there, like in the indie scene, but they don't live up to the potential that I saw.
Nah.
They're just it's like the women division is just like a whole bunch of jobbers.
It is. Let me say now that was not a 5-star match.
Which one?
The Kenny Omega, Daniel Bryan.
No, I give it a 4.
It was like 3.5.
Nah, 4. I give it a 4.
Bro, let me tell you something. I was there, and it wasn't super interesting. The crowd wasn't going like haywire nuts about it, and I feel like a lot of the times I'm sitting there watching the match, and I don't want people to think that I went there. I did go there for the smoke, but I didn't go there just like saying that everything was trash. I went there with an open mind because I was excited to go to AEW, my first show.
Right.
But at times, and if you read the article, I will put it up again. The article I wrote about it, about the AEW fans pissing me off. A lot of times I felt like it would be like trash moments, and they were still cheering and like crying like it was the greatest thing they ever seen in wrestling. And it was just like, but that wasn't that good, yo.
That's what marks do, yo.
And I'm looking at it like, are we watching the same thing? Like, this can't be the same thing because y'all are going nuts. And that was okay.
Yeah.
Daniel was really rusty.
Yeah, he had some botches.
But guess what? So did Kenny.
Yeah.
They were both watching. And one time, I forget the move that he did. It was like 2 moves that Kenny did to Daniel, and I thought, like, and the whole crowd did around me. Like, when it happened, it was like, oh, like, he did the buckle bomb.
Right.
And I thought he was going to hurt him there. And then it was something else. I can't remember the other one that he did. But it was like, this is a bit of a botch. So with the botches and
it's surprising because Kenny is he's actually one of those ones who is a safe wrestler or a safe wrestler to wrestle. He is one of those guys.
I would agree. But
so to see that, it was a little off.
Yeah, and
it was a little off.
No doubt Kenny was definitely holding he put that match on his back for sure. But a 5-star match, I think, that they were just going crazy, like, yeah. It was
a nostalgia thing. That's all. It was just nostalgia.
Oh no, because to the AEW guys, it was the greatest thing in the world. Then I met a fan.
And it was a dream match. It was a dream match.
Did I tell you those matches? Huh? Did I tell you about that? The podcaster I met, and he said that MJF, when MJF turned on Jericho and them, it was top 5 turns in all of wrestling history.
Really wasn't. It really wasn't.
I'm like, it wasn't even top 5 in AEW.
Maybe top 20, top 25.
Not in wrestling history.
I mean, you got a lot of heel turns. I mean, the whole thing. See, the thing with I don't credit it because that was something you already knew was going to happen. You knew that was going to happen. Like, this is MJF.
Right.
We can see and the buildup was clear as day.
Top 2 heel in the game.
Now he's definitely one of the top heels in the game today.
That's what I said, top 2.
Yeah, but as far as that heel, it wasn't really a heel turn. He's a heel. He's a natural heel. Period. To me, he's as natural a heel as a Ric Flair is. Like, Ric Flair can be a face for a very short period of time. But that heel, he will be one of the greatest heels forever.
To me, you got Flair, you got Randy, and MJF is gonna be in that category when it's all said and done.
Yeah,
because like with Randy, we all look at it. Even the commentators say it. They go, listen, 827. What are we gonna say? 845 before he turns heel. Like it, Randy's turning heel. That's just what he does, and he's one of the best at it.
Even Triple H, one of the best heels of all time. You know, Undertaker, even Undertaker. He was a great hit. Undertaker, yes, Dre Rumble. Undertaker was a great. Listen, Ministry of Darkness. Ministry of Darkness was
That wasn't great. Don't mention.
Wasn't great.
That wasn't great.
I'm not talking about the rest of the people. I'm just talking about Undertaker. Period.
It wasn't great. It was decent.
So you would prefer American Badass over that Undertaker?
Oh no, wait, no. I'll take American Badass over the Ministry, and the corporate Ministry. Those were some bad days.
Nah, not corporate Ministry. No. That's to me. That's when the ball got dropped. Nah.
Those were some tough days for Taker.
But baby face. When I say baby face, not actual face, but I'm talking about the face on his hair. Baby face with just the little chin beard.
Double.
Undertaker was best when he was face. Even when he transitioned from American Badass to Big Evil, I was like, what? I mean, he would still elevate people. Like, I think one of the most underrated matches was him and Jeff Hardy. So I wouldn't say Undertaker. I think the difference with the Flairs, the Randys, and the Triple H's, guys who were able to pull off both. I think what made them so good is they can draw you in emotionally.
Yeah, they hate you.
If you look at Flair's face days, especially around the NWO time, he made you. And I think what distinguished them also is their movesets never changed. So Flair was still doing the underhanded, dirty tactics, but this time the fans was cheering. Triple H would still give you the sledgehammer, and the fans was going crazy. Randy Orton was still the Viper, but the fans was just on. They have a distinguished style that can fit either, and I think that's kind of what puts them, like those three specifically, I put in their own category because they were just amazing. Both. Randy, I think the older he got as a face, he got more boring. I don't want to see face Randy now. I want him to, well, with the whole RK Bro thing, is kind of funny.
I hate it.
Which is another act, but it gives a testament to where Randy can pull anything. I think one name we didn't mention was Edge.
Edge of Great Hill.
Edge is probably my favorite heel. He was just that nigga. I'm not even talking about the whole leader. Like he was just different. Like
no, he was controversial. No, he was just controversial.
Yeah, definitely. But even
Edge going back and forth with the
build up with him and Mick Foley to that amazing WrestleMania match. It was just crazy. Even Shawn Michaels, like
I don't think he had a better. But I think the feud with Matt Hardy, because it was so real
and it was personal.
Yeah, that's what made. I think, to me personally, I think that's, if not his greatest rivalry or feud, I want to say at least definitely top 3.
Who, Edge?
Edge and Matt Hardy, just because of the story behind it.
Nah, I get it, but the matches weren't classic though. Like to me, I don't just want you to have a dope feud on paper. Like your matches have to, you know what I'm saying? Like even with,
at least one. I mean, the one the steel cage match was alright. That was alright.
But did you hear what you said? It was alright. Like to me, especially like with Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart specifically, which is probably my favorite rivalry hands down. Not only because of the real heat, but it still produced dope matches. You still remember the Montreal Screwjob, not just for the Screwjob itself. I think Jamie even mentioned it in the chat one day. Prior to all that happening, the match was still headed to be a classic. Of course, you remember the Iron Man match. They even had a ladder match that was never aired on TV. That was dope. So I mean, to me, great rivalries also produce dope matches. Sting versus Ric Flair.
Just to pause, the match that you're talking about with Bret and Shawn Michaels is the original ladder match.
Right, that was the one, right? Because they did that before Razor, right?
Yes, they did it before, but it wasn't televised.
Right.
That was Vince's first shot at looking at a ladder match in his own, because other people had did it, but they didn't do it the way that Bret and Shawn did it.
Agreed.
And that was the thing that made Vince go, okay, well, this could work. It was that match, and I wish we could find it.
Right. Even another favorite rivalry of mine, of course, involving Shawn Michaels, is him and Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Which produced classic matches. Another one.
Taker Bret Hart. I mean, not Taker.
Austin Bret Hart.
Austin and Bret Hart.
What was that? WrestleMania 13?
I think so. That was a great rivalry.
That was was it 13? Yeah. Because Stone Cold won the belt in 14. That was another one, and that's what kind of put Stone Cold over, because he had Bret Hart had him in the sharpshooter, and like he showed how badass he was, because he never quit. Right, he didn't quit. He had the blood gushing down his face. But since we're talking about that, quick question: why do you guys feel like we've turned away, like we've gone away from that? Like, what rivalry in recent memory, especially in the PG era, besides John Cena and maybe Randy Orton, but within the recent years, like maybe past 10 years or so, I would say, do we have any rivalries? And this could go for any promotion. Is there something that stands out to you that'll be like, oh, this might go with the classic rivalries? Like, because I can't think of it.
I just think that we don't have. I think the issue is that we don't have larger than life characters anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what put the stamp on those type of. I mean, Bret Hart, larger than life, Stone Cold. You know what I'm saying? Not only were they over, but they were like sensations, and they had longevity when it came down to their reign, whether they were champion or not. You know what I'm saying? They still had the crowds. They still had our attention. But honestly, I mean, I would probably say, like you said, Cena and Orton had that potential, but then, you know, they got older, and then Cena, you know, he got that Hollywood bug.
Cena and Punk was good. And
you know who?
Cena and Punk.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
Yeah, that's a good one, Jamie.
The Miz and Daniel Bryan was pretty good too.
Wait. Was it no? But which one?
But Daniel Bryan had
the match didn't live up.
The Miz is
but the match didn't live up to the hype for me. That's why I didn't like the promos was good. That back and forth on Smack Talk was good. But to me, what was it? WrestleMania, right?
I think so.
Yeah, whenever they had that match, I was just like, I was excited about it, and I was just like,
no, I think it was Super Showdown.
Well, whatever it was, the match didn't.
Now I'll tell you one right off the back. It's
what?
Definitely one of my favorite in the last 10 years. Is Tommaso and And Johnny.
Yeah.
You know what? I wasn't even thinking about NXT. That's a good one, bro. That's a good one.
What those two have done.
That's a good one because I've never seen a bad match between them two.
What those two jokers have done is by far amazing.
Yeah.
That match in Chicago.
Was that the unsanctioned one?
And they ended up on top of the in the crowd and
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That wasn't the unsanctioned match though, was it?
I don't think so.
Which one was the one where he pulled up the ring? Like he pulled up the canvas of the ring and then he did a DDT. Yeah. Was that Chicago?
Yeah, because they fought like twice in Chicago.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. That's a rivalry because they have tons of matches.
Yeah.
That are classics. And they have a storyline to go with it. What do you guys think about KO and Sammy?
Definitely, yeah. Because that one you talking about, that's you got to go back at least about a good 10 to 12 years that they've been.
Yeah.
Going back and forth.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't really watching their early Ring of Honor stuff. I've just heard it. Like I caught maybe like a match or two. So in my personal opinion, I would have to go back. But based off the hype and what a lot of indie people say, I'll definitely say that. Because I heard their matches were amazing.
But honestly, even in WWE, they've had great matches.
Oh yeah.
I think they had better matches though in NXT. I think in NXT they had their better matches.
Yeah, NXT was, especially when Kevin had turned heel. Yeah, I would
because he turned heel from the rip. That was his first appearance. He powerbombed him on the apron.
But
let's not try to forget. We can say this so many different ways. Charlotte, Bayley, Sasha.
You might as well just say the whole.
I wasn't even
Sasha, Charlotte. They've had some of the best feuds in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking of, honestly, I wasn't even thinking about the women. And to me, I would say their rivalries were better than a lot of the men's.
Yeah.
It was, if honestly, in my opinion, I would pick Sasha versus Bayley.
Out of all
the four.
About the NXT one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. But even
that first takeover that they did.
Yeah, that was the one in Brooklyn, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Classic match.
Yeah, I'm going with that. But even what they did in the E, is just, and that's a testament to Sasha's hard work. Like, she elevates. She, like, whoever she steps.
Charlotte too though. Can't leave.
But here's the thing.
But then honestly, they were all products of.
But let's be honest. I'm not saying Charlotte doesn't have any classics. That's a lie. To me, her in-ring ability is, I wouldn't say the best, but definitely top 2 or 3.
Hey bro, don't disrespect Charlotte Flair.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about in-ring.
In-ring?
In-ring.
She's one of the best.
I'm picking Sasha over, bro. That's just me.
There's no way.
I promise you I am. Sasha is baby Shawn Michaels. I don't care. I'm picking Sasha over her.
1 and 1A is Charlotte and Bianca Belair.
No.
Bianca's on another level.
No. Bianca don't have enough classics, baby.
No. I'm talking about her in-ring.
But no.
Her skill, that's what I'm saying. And she's over right now.
She doesn't have.
If we're going by classic, wait, hold on. If we're going by classic matches, I agree with you 100%.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, but you said just in-ring performance, like their skill level.
No. But I'm talking.
If we're talking about skill level.
I'm talking about out of the 4 horsewomen.
Oh, out of the 4 horsewomen. Okay. But I'm just saying women all together.
Oh, if you talk, no. If you're talking women all together, this is my three. Sasha, Bianca, and then Charlotte. And the only reason why is because I feel like Charlotte had a insignificant bit more bad matches than Sasha and Bianca has had.
Charlotte
and that is no, that's no fault. And I'm not blaming Charlotte for that, but at the same time, it's there. We can't.
Charlotte has had more matches than them as well.
All right, but what I'm saying is
her percentage. Her percentage of bad matches might be more because she's fought more. Not so much that she's had like horribly trashy matches. Is she her body count is more.
Yeah, but I'm talking about strictly pay-per-view. I'm not even talking about I'm not talking about Raw. I'm not talking about SmackDown, because we all know their nights where our favorite superstars don't bring it during the weeknight shows, which is cool. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about pay-per-view. In my opinion, I have gone back and I've been watching them since their early days. I've gone back and watched more Sasha matches where I was just like, yo, I can't believe it.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Who was she in those fights with?
I'm going to be honest with you. Most of the ones that I go back and watch is her and Bayley.
9 times out of 10, it's either Bayley or Charlotte.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. I think, number one, her and Charlotte, that's why I said she's baby Shawn Michaels. I think with her and Charlotte, number one, Sasha to me works better with taller wrestlers. Mm-hmm. So with her and Charlotte is athletic as hell. So them two are automatically gonna do, you already know they're gonna do things that they can't do with the other ones. Why? Because Bayley and Becky is not as athletic.
Hey, Becky's the weakest link.
Oh yeah.
It's trash.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have a favorite Becky Lynch match outside of the Four Horsemen. And to me, that's the one where they had the 4-way and NXT. And then my other favorite match,
I like the triple threat one at WrestleMania.
Is her and the one at WrestleMania was trash. You talking about the one where she won? You talking about the triple threat?
No, she didn't win that. That's when Charlotte won, and then Becky turned. She was supposedly had turned heel.
Oh yeah, Charlotte won. Yeah. But I didn't like the match. I liked what happened after. The match was trash to me. But also the one with her and Sasha Hell in a Cell.
That was dope.
That's one. I've never seen Becky carry a match.
And she's trash.
And you know what?
You ever seen her carry a match?
She's just hype. To me, she's just hype.
Thank God. No.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you was disagreeing. My bad.
No, absolutely not. And thank God Will is not here, because Will be hating on the women.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when they started doing the Hell in a Cell and the Last Man Standing for the women, he didn't like it.
What?
Because his thing was oh, nobody wants to see them bleeding, and I'm like, nah, bro, that's the goal.
That's a sexy thing.
Look at him. As I live and breathe.
He here?
I just let him in.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about this.
I just let him in. As I live and breathe.
Well, wait a minute. Can he speak though? He's still in church.
Will, you in church?
Oh, he's still in church. Jesus Christ. Go back. Go get saved. Go back.
Will, what is going on, bro? We gonna let him sit there. That's the funniest thing. Will, do you have your headphones on? Will, I was telling them just now about how you were not happy when the women started doing the Hell in a Cell And
oh, he looking at you like you're crazy. Wait a minute. Is he lying?
No, I'm not lying.
Oh, he said you're lying. Oh,
he said you're lying.
Oh, he said you're lying.
Y'all gonna believe the baby maker?
Yo, he said you lying, bro.
Y'all really gonna believe the baby maker? He didn't like it. He was like, "Oh, nobody wants to see them bleeding."
Wait, Will, don't come in if you can't defend yourself, bro.
Will, you didn't say that?
Oh no.
I don't like this. This is giving me Purge vibes.
He out here looking like the Black Bray Wyatt.
Right. This is giving me Purge vibes.
If you're not on drums,
let
go
me
stand
in
out for a minute and defend yourself.
Let me in.
Oh, he can't go nowhere. Uh-oh.
Oh, what? Wait.
Uh-oh. The preacher must be up. They're switching out musicians.
Y'all crazy. Who's that? Later. Yo, my fault. Yo, y'all crazy. I'm back. What's up, man?
Yo, Will.
Okay, Jack, hit me. What's up?
Are you a male chauvinist?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm out. We just
No. Are you a male chauvinist?
Am I? No, not at all, man.
Will,
Listen, don't
are you a hater of the women?
Jamie, wait, Jamie, I said that for real?
Yes, bro.
I don't know what the heck I was smoking. I was
Yo, I used to have to fight Will. I said that for real? Yes. I used to have to fight Will. Like, he's like, yo, bro, don't nobody want to see no women like bleeding.
Listen, I don't know what I was on, man. Well, I disagree with myself if I said that. That's not.
Nigga said I disagree with myself.
Yo, if I said that wasn't bro. I like what's going on. I think WWE have a better women's division than AEW, but
they got the best.
They have the best women's division.
They have the wait, Jake, say that again.
The best.
Hold on. I just got out of church. We have a revival. We're gonna be in revival for 14 days, man. So.
Are you throwing in a plug?
No, I'm not. Hold on for a second. Then
see.
Nah, now we gotta mute you.
Shut up.
He muted himself.
God said,
Did you say God told him shut up?
God said, shut up, you're lying.
Okay.
Let's go. What's your next hot topic?
Dre.
All right, so
go ahead, bro.
Let's talk about Extreme Rules. Actually a dope pay-per-view.
That's all I needed to hear. Let's move on.
Dope pay-per-view. You know
Jamie.
There was no happy. You see that, right? Not happy.
Hold on.
No, not one bad match except the pre-match. It was all right. The pre-show match.
Wait, I got a question. Are we going through the matches? Because I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened with this rope breaking.
First of all, wait a minute. Let's talk about that real quick. Did you notice how after the match? Did you notice how Roman just had that look like I just got saved? Like he looked like they actually said, "Yo." He looked at Paul and said, "Yo, what happened?" Like I read his lips. He's like, "Yo, what happened?" And then he just looked up to God and did this.
Oh no!
Did you see it?
I got pictures. Oh no! I got pictures of him.
He knew.
Wait, look! I don't
know if that was
like this. Look.
Exactly. Yo, he acknowledged God. I said Roman Reigns just got saved tonight. He just gave his life to God. Look at this. Look at this. I said, come on here.
He knew the master before that, but he just had to acknowledge him again.
Now, the whole thing about reviving him while he was down kind of spooked me out. I was a little.
It didn't spook me out. It was trash.
Exactly. It just was like, what was all that for? Like, that was hype.
I was like, what is this? Weekend at Bernie's? I was like, why is he like to the beat?
Why is it like it's like he's resurrecting from the dead? I'm like, nah, son.
And they actually did that. Look.
See? Yeah.
Yo, Jamie, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done.
Well, not when it's all said and done. They don't know about that.
They don't even know about that.
No, they don't know about that. When it's all said and done, bro.
You know, when it's all said and done, he knew. God got him.
I got him, bro.
Yeah, man. That pay-per-view was dope. You know what I'm saying? I definitely I gain a lot of respect for Montez Ford for that tag team match. I definitely see he's gonna be. He's definitely the future. He's definitely a part of the future.
Gotta be.
Montez Ford is the Black Eddie Guerrero.
Why can't he just be Montez Ford?
Why can't he be Montez Ford?
All right.
Why gotta be a Mexican?
He was dope.
Only because I'm comparing a black guy to a Mexican.
No, I don't want the black guy compared to anybody. I want him to be Montez Ford.
Well, Montez Ford is definitely about to be the next great single superstar.
Agreed.
Yeah, he's got charisma. He honestly, I ain't gonna front.
He got
some Rocky Johnson type of qualities.
Yo, but that's like, so the match between him, like what Roman did for him is what I was saying. Like your job as a superstar, even if in a loss, is to elevate, is to sit there and be like, yo, this guy could be one of the next guys.
Hey, guess
and I think
that was his tryout.
Right. And the match that match on SmackDown, and he sold
knocked it out the park. Knocked it out the park.
He sold you felt bad for him, like, nah. And even as a Roman fan, I'm like, nah, Roman, no, not him. Like,
it's not like, I was happy that it wasn't like a one-sided type situation like this, Brock.
And I think that's what makes Roman so good, because of a lot of people, and I remember us even talking about it in the group chat. Our fear was that once we saw Roman aligned with Heyman, it was like, so this nigga just gonna come out of nowhere and start squashing niggas. And nah, man, Roman has been knocking it out of the park.
I don't think that was my fear. I don't think that was my fear. I actually thought it was dope.
No. Wait,
Will, you know you wasn't the only one in the group chat, right, bro?
You talking about in the group chat? See, I was
Yeah. I was talking about in the wrestling group chat.
But you know what? I feel like, I think most people felt the way we felt about that, because we felt like, oh, it's gonna be another Brock.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right.
No, that's what I'm clarifying for Will. But I think what happened is that the difference between the two of them is not Paul, it's the wrestlers themselves.
Yeah.
Because Roman, whether you like the guy or not, is a workhorse.
Word.
Roman is a workhorse. Roman is a John Cena. They come to work every day.
Yep.
And they work hard.
Yep.
When was the last time we've actually seen our head champion fighting
twice
on a weeknight?
That's true.
Twice.
No.
He fought.
When was the last time we saw both champions fight consistently like this?
Right.
Both champions, not just.
Oh yeah.
It's not just the SmackDown champion doing everything. Because we was pissed when Brock had that Universal title. We was all pissed. We was like, yo, nobody can get this title. Like, we need some fresh faces.
Can I say this? I think some people in this room, some people on this podcast, the chief apostle, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Because
he talking about Will.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Minute, I didn't say no name.
Why, Jamie? What did Will say now?
Let me finish.
About what? About what?
How do I want to know?
Will, I didn't say your name.
Okay. I think he's talking about you, Dre. I think he's talking about you.
Pastor Rumble said that. No, I'm not talking about Pastor Rumble, because Pastor Rumble is with me.
Listen, he's pro Roman. You can't.
Right. You already know. So you know I ain't saying nothing.
No, but listen, no. It's not about Roman.
Oh.
Let's just be very clear.
Yeah, who this about? What you talking about?
Listen, you guys cried. And I say it all the time. Our presiding bishop, he's a benevolent bishop. and he hears what we say. And he got us right now. The WWE has made a drastic change. Black.
Oh, it's the blackest it's ever been.
We talking about Raw too, right?
Yes, we talk about in its entirety.
It's the blackest it's ever been.
Hold on. Black.
I agree with that.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Black is on top right now.
I agree.
In the men and women's division.
Because Bianca is carrying that women's division. She
now,
is
wait a minute.
over as
now, wait, hold on. You guys asked that it wouldn't just be Charlotte and Bayley and Becky. The boss has answered that. You guys said you wanted full-time guys to be the champ. Do we not have two full-time champs?
Yep. And I'm glad. I'm glad about it.
These are all the things that y'all were crying about. And I have to keep saying this.
But it's good. You know what, Jamie? I'm going to say this, though. The reason why is because Vince knows that's for business as well. People's tired, like you said, you're right. We tired of seeing people that's coming in, Goldberg and freaking, Brock. Well, at the time was Brock Lesnar when he came in and, held the title for so long. We was tired of seeing people like that just came out of nowhere and held the title for such a long time.
Yeah, but you know what? But what I'm gonna tell you what happens. And I've been trying to get people to understand this. Even last night, I was getting on a couple of our senior brothers in the chat. Is like, what we want can't happen right away. The business doesn't work like that.
I build up.
Vince understands how to build business.
Disagree with that.
You say you disagree?
No. Not as far as the building of business, but how many times have we seen Vince scrap stuff? Like just
yeah, I agree with Drake on that.
Okay, but let's be clear. A lot of stuff that he scraps, he be right.
No, that's not what I'm saying though. I'm talking about as far as everything. Here's my thing. Everything doesn't always deserve a buildup. Like I told you, I remember when Triple H had that encounter with CM Punk, and his response was, "Yo, we always do what's best for business." And he told CM Punk, he said, "Yo, you want to get advertising? You want to end up on cups? All you got to do is win over these guys." And CM Punk was like, "Well, listen to them." And Triple H was like, "Yeah, but the time that you complaining about, at that time, you wasn't getting this response." What I'm simply saying is that Vince does not always get it right. And the thing is,
no one does.
No. But that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying,
no one does.
There's been plenty of times, like for instance, I don't care what nobody say. Even if it was for a short amount of time, to me, and this is just my opinion, because I felt like it was best for business, even if it was for a month or 2 months, Zack Ryder at one point should have held the world championship. Why?
Are you nuts?
Because at one point,
are you nuts?
Listen to me.
I disagree with you on that.
Hold on. That's a fan opinion. That's not best for business.
Listen to me. Zack Ryder.
You're my son.
You're my son. Zack Ryder. Listen to me.
You're my son in the
gospel. Was
get your pen. Get
Zack
your pen
Ryder was
and your
top
pad.
3 in merchandise. And
but
he
I agree. I say this: he should have held the IC title for a while,
or that, right? Or at least the IC title.
Yeah,
right,
what title did he win? Was it the US title?
It was the US title. It was the US title.
No, wasn't it the IC?
Nah, he had the US title.
Bro. He had the IC belt for like a day.
He had the IC belt.
He had the US title. Daniel Bryan had the World Heavyweight title, and CM Punk had the WWE title.
No, bro. Zack Ryder also. I'm almost sure he won the belt and he lost it the next night.
Yeah, he lost.
Wait. That was the IC title when they all came out and CM Punk brung them both to the ring.
No, this is way after him.
I'm talking about after CM Punk. I'm talking about the last title he won was the IC title. I think it was the ladder match. Was it the ladder match? Was it? Or
yes.
Am I bugging? Yes.
And then I thought when they had that whole Maria angle when Kane had hurt him, like I thought they was about to give him a push. Yeah, I remember that.
Listen.
No, I agree with the IC title, but not no heavyweight. He's not heavyweight material. I'm sorry, but he's not.
But what's crazy?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Say what's crazy though.
Wait, Cisco. Shh.
What?
Did you hear that? Me and Will agreed.
You stupid.
It don't happen.
You stupid.
I'm gonna say this though. Now, Zack. Well, it ain't Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona. Right now, honestly, even in the indie world, he's one of the biggest talks of wrestling today. And that's not even as Zack Ryder. That's he's playing a heel right now.
Hey, guess what?
I can say this though. I can say that.
Hey, guess what?
They didn't use him right in WWE at all.
Guess what? What works at Rucker Park don't work in the NBA.
That's a good one. That is good one, bro.
Sorry.
Ask Ray for Austin.
Ask Omar Cook.
Let me ask you a question. Are y'all sold on Braun Breaker, aka Little Rick Steiner?
He's gonna be dope.
Sold on him?
He's gonna be dope.
I don't think they should have changed his name though.
Yeah.
I think he should just be a Steiner. He should have been just
that's
Steiner.
Yeah, I think he should have kept his name.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing to me that Braun break, like I don't see myself wearing a Braun Breaker shirt.
It sounds cartoonish.
So did y'all also hear, I don't know if this is part of your hot topic, Cisco, but did y'all also hear that Vince McMahon is going for an edgier NXT?
Yes.
That's why he brung what's her name down and
who, Mandy?
Yeah, Mandy.
What's edgy about Mandy?
Have you been watching, bro?
I mean, she's nice to look at, but I mean, what's edgy about it? Listen, you can't get edgier than what ECW used to do with their women. That's edgy.
No, that was I was gonna say
it's edgy and slutty.
That was soft porn.
Right. That was right.
It's still edgy.
That's not edgy.
Porn.
That's like not.
That was wrestling meets.
So you're
Jerry
saying
Springer.
like so you're saying
that was wrestling. That was wrestling meets HBO After Dark.
So you're talking about what Vince and Trish used to do? That's edgy. That's edgy to you.
No, that wasn't edgy to me either. That's so.
That was trash too.
What Edge and Lita did on that Monday Night Raw, soft porn.
That was soft. Now that was soft.
To me, edgy. That was
double XL. That was
edgy was when the New Age Outlaws tied up Chainsaw Charlie and Mankind or Cactus Jack, whoever he was at the time, and threw them off of the stage. And then having the wrestlers come out because you think everybody's legitimately hurt.
Ooh, I'm about to get some of that Hit Row merch.
Edgy to me is, and I was just talking to my coworker about this today. I was like, yo, I hate dirt sheets. Because I remember when I watched Scott Hall come down in the audience, and I'm really sitting here thinking that WWF is invading WCW. Because I had no clue that he signed the contract.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I like when I went to school the next day and I was in a daze because my favorite wrestler of all time turned heel by joining the NWO.
Well, you know,
Triple H. Terry? Talking about Terry?
Huh?
Talking about Terry?
Yeah.
Well, you know, Triple H talks about that a lot, how like true kayfabe is dead.
Yeah.
He talks about that a lot because what happens is he says that's the reason why they can't build things anymore properly and why it's so hard for Raw to get over, because by the time they write it, 10 websites got it.
10 websites got it.
It ain't hard to. It's not hard to promote Raw. If SmackDown could do it, Raw could do it too. It's not hard.
Well, no. That's not what he's saying. He's saying just altogether it's hard to look. Storylines back in the day used to go for a year.
Oh yeah,
they can't
at least 6 months, at least.
But they can't do that anymore.
No,
they used to build a wrestler for a year, and you wouldn't even see him in the ring.
That's why people like. I think that's why people like New Japan and them, they kind of have an advantage because they're not really on the radar. You know what I'm saying? They're not on that radar of always being put in some kind of report or put in some rumor.
Dirt sheets are like the people who want to announce the people's death before the family announce it.
Facts.
That's how the dirt sheets are. So it's just like, yo, to me, the only surprise was when Roman turned heel. Like, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. And nobody knew he was there.
Right. And we talked about it.
Even when the Hardys came back to WWE,
everybody
knew about
it.
Everybody knew about it. Oh my God. I just seen Matt Hardy in Orlando.
Let me tell you something. I was there at that WrestleMania.
I remember I was so mad at you.
It was one of the biggest pops I've ever.
That pop was crazy.
Yeah.
My ex was looking at me like this. Like, what is going on? And I'm like, you just don't know.
You have no clue.
None whatsoever.
So but I agree with that, Jamie. And as soon as you said that, I thought about when Hogan and Savage, when the Mega Powers had broke up, and it was that big build up before they even fought.
Right. But it was a build up.
Remember, at one point, wrestling was like boxing. You was just getting a whole bunch of promos.
And you didn't know what was real. You didn't know if it was real. You didn't know if the heat was real.
Right.
Because with that, it's funny you mentioned that Hogan Savage thing. When that nigga started looking at Hogan because of how Hogan was over there looking at Elizabeth, you already knew, wait a minute. Because now it's personal, like these niggas married.
Pure storyline.
They're married in real life, but you're thinking, oh. But then when Savage goes off in that backstage, beating him up with the hospital stuff, it was like, oh, this joint for real.
Vince started to tap into what NWO would later on do years later.
Yo, like when I was watching the documentary and Eric Bischoff was like, yo, when they had that big thing in the parking lot, they was like, yo, the fire department, the police, all that was real because somebody really thought that there was a fake.
Which made it even better.
That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I remember Cody Rhodes was like, he was calling his father trying to get an update on Rey Mysterio. Because he thought Rey Mysterio was really finished.
Listen.
So like my whole thing was, and I think that was the thing. Once we found out it was sports entertainment, we were like, yo.
But they had to change it up and like try to like, and Vince had to like reinvent wrestling all over again. And he's a genius for it.
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of it, honestly, a lot of it had to do with that steroids trial. He was on trial. I mean, he could have went. He could have. Listen, we might not have a WWE right now if he got found guilty.
But God.
But God.
All right.
We might still have WCW.
But God, thank you, Jesus. Listen.
Stupid.
I'm all for the people, so I gotta big them up. I love this T-shirt. That's the hit row.
Oh, it's like Death Row. That's tough. Like the Vibe magazine cover.
Yes, it's tough. I'm definitely gonna have that shirt. Okay.
All right, so let's continue. Listen. Shout out to Bobby Lashley. Y'all see my background. Shout out to Shelton Benjamin. Shout out to Cedric Alexander. Don't do that. For finally bringing back the Hurt Business. It should have never went away.
Nah, it was for a reason. Everything happens for a reason.
I understand that, but it should have never went away.
They didn't need Bobby. I mean, Bobby didn't need them at the time.
Well, they need him now.
He was completely over. But
look at what we got now. And it's funny because Dre put it in the chat earlier. Look at the possibility we got right now in a war game. We got Bloodline.
I'm so hype about that.
New Day. And the Hurt Business. And we're talking about all black.
Like I said,
wrestlers.
Like I said, we're on top right now. We're on top.
This is historical right now.
But I will say again, to the credit of the Chief Apostle and the team, look what they're doing and the storytelling that is capable in WWE when they really want to do it. Roman alone has like 5 storylines going on right now. He's got
Brock,
him and Brock,
him and Paul,
him and Paul, him and the Usos,
him and Big E,
him and Big E, like
him and Finn,
5, legit 5 storylines all at the same time. And now you turn around and now Bobby's got Bobby and Big E. He's got Bobby and now they just started with Goldberg.
And now Bobby got and then you got Big E. Now with Drew.
And then you got Bobby with got Bobby Big E, Bobby with
and then Bobby with AJ.
Bobby with AJ, and now the Hurt Business. That's gonna be another storyline. When they're on, they're on. And now, like you say, with the possibility of seeing all of these factions together in a Survivor Series type situation.
Brothers.
Can we talk about? Can we clap that up though? Like most of our top stables are of color. Because I still count the Samoans of people of color.
Yeah,
they are.
They black. I don't care what nobody say. They black.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I just
people of color. They're black.
And what I like is, and Big E said it. These characters or these wrestlers, not only do they have in-ring ability, but they have personality.
Yeah.
And let's not forget Sasha back.
Sasha is back.
Of course, Bianca.
Sasha
got Bianca.
Is Zack.
The Blueprint Volume 2.
So, question.
Blueprint Volume 2.
How long are we giving Bianca till she probably becomes the greatest woman wrestler ever?
Give her a couple of years, but she got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, give her a couple of years.
She needs some classics under her belt.
And I knew that when fans automatically started booing her.
But you know what?
Because they like who they like. But Bianca is so over where people is like, nah, babe, we're not turning on Bianca for you.
And let me tell you something. Bianca, everybody was so mad, including me, because I was just mad at how it turned her out. But you know me, I'm looking at the business side of things.
From the business, it put her more over.
Like, I think everybody just like overlooked that, but it just made her more of the fan favorite.
But you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Because of history, I thought she was gonna get lost in the shelf. But
hear me what I say. In 5 years or less, her and Montez Ford, they're gonna be what they wanted Seth and Becky to be. Watch.
I can see that.
Watch.
Montez Ford is just different, bro. Like
it took him a minute to get him going, but he's there.
He's a skinny, athletic rock, and I'm talking about in the sense where that nigga just oozes charisma. Whether he's getting hurt, whether he's doing a promo, he has it.
And it's just like it takes nothing away from Dawkins, but Dawkins don't have that. He don't have that. It takes
a lot away from Dawkins. Montez is Booker T. Dawkins is Stevie Ray.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
Well, y'all think eventually they're gonna break them up? Not now, but I mean eventually down the line.
Good.
But you know what?
You ain't been watching.
But you know what though? The New Day proves that they don't have to break up.
That's true too.
Right, but they might just put them on. They might split them split
them on different shows.
But I think with the New Day, I think the New Day gives us such great precedence that they don't have to. The days of breaking somebody up for somebody to get a shot is over.
I want to say something. Maybe I disagree. I hate how they did, how they brought the Hurt Business back, and that's my opinion. I just don't like it.
Why?
I think it could have been done because it was just stupid. It was like now you look up, they're standing there. The last time you seen them, they were feuding with Bobby Lashley, right? it was nothing behind it. It's just now all of a sudden they cool again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the backstory? Because MVP is out of course he's out right now.
So you ain't never fight with your brother and make up again? You ain't never tell your brother don't talk to me no more?
No, I understand, man, but I'm saying you
definitely told my brother that.
Well, we know because y'all niggas is light skin and dark skin, so we know y'all fight different.
No, Dre, I get it. I do that too. I understand what you're saying, but I mean, like, as far as like a storyline, like you haven't seen these guys on TV in such a long time. Then all of a sudden they just standing there in Hurt Business shirts. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the Hurt Business. I'm happy that they back together. I just wish that they could have did something different where they, at least tell a story on how they got back together or what, you know what I'm saying? Or just
in the words of Martin Lawrence, this is TV, man. What do you?
Listen,
come on, man. Come on.
If there's a need for an explanation, it'll come eventually.
Yeah, but
it'll probably come next week.
But everything doesn't need a complete backstory.
Why not? Did it make sense to just bring them back?
Did it make sense when you and your brother fought?
Oh well, at the time, yes, it did.
But did you give everybody the backstory?
Yes, of course.
Nah.
You a lie.
No.
You a lie.
What happens in house stays in house.
Okay, so we see how that played out.
You just see us come back out united. That's it.
I just wish there was a story told behind it. I know that it was done because, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they should have broke up in the first place, to be honest with you, in my opinion. But
no. Honestly, at that time they needed to. But I like the fact that they made it like, yo, at the end of the day, you my brother, I got your back. When they came out, the first thing I thought about was, what can a brother do for me? That's what
I'm gonna say, just like with Jamie. Jamie's gonna say, "Oh, you should be happy that they back on TV." You know what I'm saying? Like you said with Ricochet. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Ricochet too. I told Jamie last night. I think Ricochet would have had a better match without without the 24/7 title, because they both athletic. They both pretty dope. But I mean, like, that 24/7 title is a joke. So Jamie's like, well, you should just be happy that he's back on TV. I'm happy that he's on TV. I hate the fact that they're using him for that 24/7 title. That's
Ricochet needs to go back to NXT.
No, but here's the thing. No. Wait.
I agree with that.
Ricochet has no personality.
Wait. Let's be very clear.
Yeah.
You one of them same heads that was saying that they was jobbing Matt Hardy. And now I'm not mad.
I didn't.
Sorry.
You didn't. I never said that. When I said that.
So you wasn't mad when Jeff was running around the ring for the 24/7 title?
Yes, I was mad about that too.
Okay, thank you. You were one of those same weirdos mad that Jeff was out. That Jeff was out there making money, being a businessman, being a company guy, doing the 24/7, and then turn around and 2 weeks later, and now he's on the pay-per-view fighting for the championship belt?
Because they probably was complaining. People was complaining about it.
No, that's not how it goes. You know how it works? You do what the boss says, the boss rewards you.
Let me ask you a question. Did he win?
It's not about him winning.
He's
old. He doesn't need a belt. Cisco, Dre, do either one of y'all want to see Jeff Hardy be any champion right now?
No.
I'm gonna tell you like this: when he was broken in Impact, he was dope.
Bro.
Nothing.
Question, Cisco.
We're not talking about no rum Impact. No, you're not. You're not answering the question,
bro.
I just said, if you let me finish, I said the last time he had a title was an Impact, and he was dope then.
That ain't the question. That ain't the question.
That's right. That's not the question, bro.
I just answered it.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. The question is.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't mind seeing him as a champion.
Hey.
I don't mind seeing him as a.
I don't want to see nobody over 40 a champion.
I muted him.
Mute him.
I don't want to see.
I'd rather him than.
Shut up. I can't see you, and it's freaking me out with this stupid B here. All right.
I don't want to see nobody over 40 a champion.
Yes. But the question was, And you're having a problem answering my question.
I said no. Answered your
no,
question.
because you got to do all the preemptive. All I needed was a yes or no. Do you want to see Jeff Hardy
I gave it a
champion right now in WWE? What's your answer?
No, I want him to go home to Reba.
Thank you. Thank you. Now you're muted because all I needed was a yes or no.
Unmute.
Mute.
Unmute.
Mute.
What?
Mute.
Why you doing like that?
How can I get back on? I can't even see.
What's going on with your beat?
Bro, if you don't bring your behind on camera, I'm seeing this beat.
Well, I'm really tired of it.
Wait. I'm trying to get back. I can't even. Hold on.
But you using the GPS?
All right, there we go. Yeah, I was, but I'm good now.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay. So no one.
We're talking about Matt Hardy. Why?
No one wants to see Jeffrey as a champion, but
give him the Intercontinental belt.
No, give him nothing.
Give him nothing.
I agree with you, bro. We agree. We on the same page here.
Okay.
I don't know what these
I don't make it right. Y'all just too dumb.
Hold on. Let me mute you real quick. Let me ask you a question. But if I let you talk, you won't be able to hear the question because you have a problem with that. Here's my question, William.
Yo, Jay.
Here's my question, William.
Yo, why you coming?
Because that's my brother. He's my brother. He's my friend. I can do that to him. Will, my question to you, sir, is if you give Jeff Hardy the championship belt, does that not take away from Ricochet? Does that
you know Will don't do his homework, so you know you're not an answer.
Wait. They could probably put on a great match. See, y'all thinking one thing. I think they'll put on a look.
No, Jeff. No, be quiet, son.
He's still talking.
Be quiet. Because what I'm saying is, this is what we're talking about. Hold on.
Let me say.
No.
Listen,
You're muted too. This is what I'm saying. Okay. We've been talking about it since we started the podcast back. Why are we giving these old guys all of the opportunities? And then you're mad that Ricochet is running for the 24/7, but you're saying, yeah, put the IC on 50-year-old Jeff Hardy.
No, listen. What I was saying was, if you're going to use Jeff Hardy, like he was in that triple threat match on Sunday, that's fine. As long as he don't win.
I agree.
As long as he don't win.
I agree.
Because that means he's helping put somebody over.
Cisco.
That's fine.
Cisco.
Yeah.
That wasn't the question, bro. He didn't say anything about how good of a match he could
Let me mute you.
He said.
Whoa. I mute the people. I mute the people. You don't mute the people.
What he said
talk,
was,
Dre. You talk, Dre.
Shut up.
Do you want Jeff Hardy to have a belt? He didn't say, do you want him elevating people in the ring? That's not what the question was.
Did you listen to the fact that I answered the question?
Right.
But
so
I also gave it an opinion.
Talking about him being in the triple threat. That wasn't the question.
I answered the question already.
You and your other Legion of Doom buddies.
Yo, listen.
Yo, you in this mute ministry?
You and your other Legion of Doom buddies.
Listen, man.
Like, answer the question.
I did already. You're not listening.
Will.
All right, so question.
Will, this is no, Will. No. This is a yes or a no. Do you want to see a 95-year-old Jeff Hardy with a belt? Yes or no? Don't give me an explanation.
He's not 95, and I wouldn't mind.
In wrestling age, he is.
You wouldn't mind? That's like saying you want to see Terry Funk win the title. Why?
What?
No, he said he wouldn't mind seeing Jeff Hardy win. I said, yo, that's like saying I don't mind seeing Terry Funk win a title.
Cisco, you're double-minded in all your ways. Because you're going from side to side, and I don't really know.
You're not.
I'm gonna just mute you.
No. I get what Cisco is saying.
Thank you.
I get what Cisco is saying.
No. All I'm saying is because he said that, and then a minute ago he was saying something completely different.
I was confused too.
That's not what Cisco said.
Look. Even Will.
Wait. Cisco, you did say that because you said you could give him the Intercontinental title.
I said Intercontinental. I didn't say a world title. Not a world title.
He doesn't need any belt. He doesn't need the championship.
And that's fine.
I'm talking about the IC title. I did say that. I'm not talking about the heavyweight title. I'm talking about the IC title. He could put people over, and he could also, like, you know, I think he could still go, in my opinion. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
but
but hold on.
And that's a dumb opinion.
Hold on, Will. We're not saying nothing about him still going. The point is that
he can't still go. That man
There's
looks
no
like
more
that
going.
man
He's
looks
gone.
like anytime he lifts his foot to go in the ring, he's about to die.
He's gone. Okay.
I think for him to get out there and wrestle, they got like a card, a table waiting for him at the Gorilla.
Yeah, yo, like he looks
with some coke on it. He's like this.
See,
hold on, guys. Hold on.
He looks.
I'm
right,
ready. I'm ready.
Right.
I'm ready.
He looks bad. Like, it's not like, okay, Bobby Lashley is 45, but looks like he's 30.
In the words of Tupac Shakur, niggas looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick. And that is Jeff Hardy. Amen.
Okay. All right. I guess.
And with that, we are going to transition because we've done our whole show. But I'm going to start what we're going to continue next week.
Okay.
This week on the blogs on the website, my title for this week's article is, hold on, give me 1 second. Hang up the boots or destroy your legacy. And I think that's basically what we've been talking about anyway.
Yep.
And I feel like it's not the easiest thing to do, right? We all know it. I loved when Jay-Z was in the song Allure. You know, it says, but every time I felt that was that, it called me right back. Man, it called me right back. Oh no, like it's the allure of the game. You know, it keeps calling your name, and it's like, but I feel like at what point do you stop and realize that you can destroy the legitimacy of your career and the legacy that you could have built? Because to me, Matt and Jeff both need to stop.
Let me say this.
But that doesn't mean that they have to not be in the business anymore.
Right. I think what hurts a lot of these guys is the fact that, number one, they don't have no health insurance. You know what I'm saying? So their injuries plagued them for as long as they
live. None of them?
Huh?
None of them have health insurance?
No, they all got it. They don't offer them life. They don't offer them insurance. They're basically paying out of pocket. They do have a great one of the top surgical staffs under their umbrella.
I also think that's that goes by each person's contract.
Exactly. But as far as like a health benefit plan, they don't
right, because it's not a union.
Yeah, they don't have that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times these guys, either they're supporting their bills to get paid, or they're still supporting their habit, whatever that habit may have been.
That and they not saving their money.
That's another thing. They don't have they also don't have different entities or different businesses coming in. They have not invested their money well. So all they know is wrestling. They just living their dream, but they're not thinking that I need to start like thinking about my future.
Right, but you know, that's a whole nother part of it. But it's like, when do you, it's like Vince comes in and goes, listen, Cisco, listen, I want to use you as a producer now. You've been great.
Do it.
You're saying that, but it's like, transition is hard.
It is, because you still got people like Terry that you know coming in there. You still got Ric Flair, still doing what he do.
But you know what?
Yeah.
But okay, now I'm gonna use three main people for this topic, and I'm gonna just start with Rick, and I'll start with this question to you, and I'll ask all of you to answer it.
Mm-hmm.
What should have been Rick's last match?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels.
Because Shawn Michaels carried that match, but he made sure that Rick got over. He made sure.
But my question, listen, you don't think he should have retired before that?
Yeah, I think Sting should have been his last match.
Maybe that Nitro.
WCW should have been his last match.
I was about to say that Nitro.
Now, Will, I agree with you.
That was the great feud between the two. And
I believe he should have stayed in WCW. That should have been it for him. But then my only objection to that is then we don't get
you don't get the Shawn Michaels and
the faction.
Oh, Evolution.
We don't get Evolution.
You could have still had Evolution. He didn't have to wrestle.
Yeah, he could have been
a
like
manager.
a mouthpiece or something like that.
Just like in TNA, when that fake Horseman faction that he had with AJ, and he was just a manager. He could have did that the same way.
I don't know. I don't think Evolution would have been as powerful. Remember, they were like one of the crazy factions where everybody had gold.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait. Yeah, because he had the tag titles with Batista.
Everybody had gold.
Yeah.
I don't know if Evolution would have been as popular and iconic without Rick and Rick as a wrestler.
But like you said, he didn't have to wrestle. He could have just been their mouthpiece.
Right. But
they all could have had gold.
But then it wouldn't have been. I don't know, because what Batista would have had.
They would have then Batista and Randy would have had the tag titles.
I don't know. I feel like I want to say that Rick's match should have been in his last match should have been WC.
Yeah, I agree. I think his last match should have been with Sting.
Even when he went to TNA, that was trash. That was a trash run. He just went for the money. The money was good.
Well, he all went for the money.
He went for the money, but they all do that. They all keep going for the money. And
even though I'm gonna say this, I didn't think. I'm gonna. That's not true. I was gonna say, even though I think TNA was good at one point, like as far as even with the legends in there, but then I say before that, there was a lot of guys that was like over in the business and they was, putting on some good matches. So I don't know. I just think that the legends gave them a bigger like,
TNA had the legends, but TNA they had no stories.
And they had all the legends in their 60s.
Yeah.
And then you had Terry and Eric come in there and run Rimshot, and that was the total end right there.
Yeah.
And then you try to compete with them by putting Impact on Tuesdays when SmackDown was on Tuesdays. Like, no, dummy.
Yeah.
That was a dumb move. No.
I think Impact could have been AEW.
Yeah. If Jeff was still in charge at the time.
Yeah, it could have been. Okay.
Jeff Jarrett, regardless of whatever people may feel about him as a wrestler, he's got a great wrestling mind.
He does.
Nah, I agree. Yeah.
He got a great wrestling mind, and I mean, listen, this is the same dude who really discovered AJ Styles.
Yeah.
AJ always gonna have to give him that.
Got you.
Discovered a lot of guys, bro.
He made AJ Styles a household name.
Without TNA and Impact, we wouldn't have Samoa Joe. We wouldn't have a lot of guys that's in the WWE
Very
now.
True.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, honestly, we got to give a man credit, yo. He might, as a wrestler, he probably wasn't that great in WWE, but,
That's no wrestling.
Huh? Yeah. He's a great businessman.
Okay, I'm moving on. Because we could stay on Rick for a long time.
Yeah, who the next person?
Sting.
Yeah. I think he should hang it out.
What should have been? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna just start it off. I don't think Sting should have ever came to WWE.
That was just to be in the Hall of Fame. That was just for the Hall of Fame purpose.
Hold on. They could have put him in there without him wrestling.
Nah, I disagree with it though.
Tell me one good match he had.
Do you? Well, he only had one match.
He didn't have a chance to have a good match because he got injured, bro. He didn't have a chance to have another match. Him and the Undertaker match would have been a classic. Well, I mean, not a classic, but
Boy, wouldn't have.
It wouldn't have been a classic. But these two guys,
it wouldn't have been no classic. They were both.
That would have had the same potential as Goldberg and Undertaker in Saudi Arabia.
I'm gonna tell you two reasons why. He shouldn't have came. I feel like one, they could have just put him in the hall, right? 2, he's old as hell.
But that was his fault.
3, and number 1 is most important to me. I think Vince still held a big vendetta to main WCW guys. And every time he brought one of them in, he screwed them.
Because mostly, for the most part, that was Triple H idea. Am I correct?
About what?
That match?
Wasn't it Hunter who reached out to Sting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Hunter brought a lot of guys back in there, bro. Like,
right. But
Ultimate Warrior, he brought a lot of people back.
But once they get in, Vince is not going to let WCW guys or anybody else guys come in and run rampant over him. Look,
the only one that came in there and did that was Ric Flair.
Yeah, right. But Rick is a different.
He's a made guy.
Yeah, so. That's Rick. He's different.
But, what do you think about that match, though? I know the match was trash, but I'm talking about as far as like him coming back and him losing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think
it was trash. That match was trash. Him and Seth. You talking about him and Seth?
Huh? I'm talking about when when the NWO came out and he had.
That's what I'm saying. Wasn't that him?
Yes.
It was him and Seth, right? Yeah, it was.
But here's my thing.
It was nostalgia. It was a nostalgia match.
Right.
That was it.
But here's my thing. Look at what Vince did when the NWO came back. He promised them all of that, and he trashed them.
Trashed them. He put Booker T in there for a short stint. Big Show, Shawn Michaels. It was all over the place.
To me, Sting shouldn't have wrestled nowhere. I think he should have retired with WCW. It's not like his career wasn't very lengthy there. How long did Sting do there?
Where? At WCW?
Yeah.
I want to say what, like 20?
This is what I'm saying.
Like 20 years, and at TNA he was in there for like maybe 6.
But what I'm saying is, Sting didn't have to go to any other company. Sting had a long, lengthy career in WCW. I think
once again that money, man.
I don't count any of his matches outside of WCW.
Mm-hmm.
Everything to me outside of WCW, it tarnished his career. And him coming to WWE, like that one little match when NWO came out, great nostalgia moment. And I'm almost happy that he got injured and that he couldn't do anything else. And I wish now they would just make him a manager in AEW and leave him out of the ring. Because I was there for that match and he was breathing like he was 400 pounds and he forgot his asthma pump at home.
Dude is what, 62?
62. Like
you violated.
Bro, I was looking at him and I'm looking like, yo, y'all don't see this? So nobody gonna call EMS for this old man? He is tired. He is tired.
And then the thing is, it puts a strain on Darby.
But did y'all see that article on Bleacher Report where they was giving him his props, talking about Sting could still go?
Nah.
Of course they did. I was there. He was not going.
I watched it.
If anyone, he's going up yonder.
He had, he has some good spots, but once again, that's all for nostalgia purposes. No, like listen, the black and white Sting is over. Like,
but that's the problem, is that a lot of these guys, you allow them to now pimp you out, because now like, you just their face. You're just there to put people over, and not even in a really good match. No shade, but when I like some indie matches, some indie events I've gone to, and I see these legends, like I saw Demolition. I said, why are these men? Who allowed this to happen? Like this is like I left. Like I left out during that match. But my thing is
sad to watch.
It is, because like at some point you gotta stop. What are you gonna do? Be doing birthday parties and bar mitzvahs like Tommy Dreamer? Like he's out here making birthday appearances.
Like just do conventions, do autograph signings. That's it.
That's it.
Moving on.
Goldberg. I think Goldberg should have never came to the WWE.
Please. I was never a Goldberg fan.
I'm gonna say this. I think his debut in WWE was pretty decent. Like it wasn't like the worst thing in the world. at that time. Now, yeah, he need to hang it up.
No, I'm just saying altogether. I think.
Now he could. I wouldn't.
Goldberg,
I didn't.
I liken Goldberg to Undertaker. When Goldberg lost his streak, the mystique left him.
The mystique left him when what was it, Scott Hall? And he tased him. I'm sorry, that was funny. That was funny for me.
Once we saw that Goldberg could be beat, it was done.
And once he ended Bret Hart's career, that's when I lost complete respect.
But the problem was he was never like a great wrestler. They would just like put him over.
Two move sets, two move set.
Listen,
Hogan,
right to this day, I would say Bill Goldberg has had one of the greatest pushes in all of wrestling.
Absolutely, I will agree with that.
Because what they did for him in WCW, I don't think we've ever seen. And I think Vince came close with the way he was pushing Roman down our throats before, but this Goldberg that Goldberg push is like.
No, he was over, bro. He was
undefeated for what, 2 years?
2 years, bro. Yeah. He was, but he was over doing nothing.
And he really got over when he beat Hogan for the title.
Hogan, Bird.
The Georgia Dome.
He still had a U.S. title too. He still had a U.S. title too at the time.
Right, so he was a double champion.
Listen,
yeah.
Trash. But to me,
absolute trash.
But to me, him coming to the E never lived up. And now let's look at it.
Nah, for the most, I disagree with that.
Hold on, no. You know why you can't disagree with that? You know why you can't disagree with that?
Wow.
He's had one of the worst WrestleMania matches of all time.
Yes, but that was that, yo, bro. That's when he was. That was his last match before he actually left. They both was over that match.
But then you gotta remember something.
Hey, guess what?
Will, you gotta remember something. When he finally came to the E, the guys that we saw that we wanted to have the dream matches with him, they were pretty much at the end of their rope.
Yeah, that's true. Stone Cold. I mean, he fought The Rock, but he didn't fight Austin though. Like that would have been a dope match.
But Goldberg
was on his way out.
But guess what? Yeah. Goldberg was already ready to retire too when he came to the E. And now let's look at he hasn't had maybe 3 good matches in his whole WWE career?
Anytime you've heard about Goldberg in a pay-per-view that was like star-studded, he always bombed.
Come on, guys. I'll be right back.
All right. And let's not also forget about the blunders of WWE's Super Showdown.
Saudi Arabia.
Everything he's done over there. Everything he's done over there has been horrible. Not to mention when he squashed The Fiend.
That pissed me off.
The worst.
I didn't like that at all.
And this is the last one. The Undertaker. Undertaker's last match should have been Shawn Michaels.
Or Triple H or Shawn Michaels.
No, it should have been Triple H, the end of the era.
Hell in the Cell. It should have been.
Shawn Michaels was the special guest referee.
Yes. Listen, they titled that match perfectly. It was truly an error. And to me, Undertaker destroyed his legacy and destroyed him ever being able to be mentioned in my eyes as a top 5 because he didn't retire then. That was it. There was nothing better than what they did that night.
Like there was no need for an AJ Styles cinematic match. There was no need for him to come back for that Saudi Arabia crap. Even the match with him and Kane versus DX. Horrible. So many botches.
Horrible. All them old guys left there injured.
Yep, because he tore it. Because I think Triple H tore his pec.
Mm-hmm.
And Shawn Michaels was dehydrated, and
it was
Kane
bad.
And Undertaker was dehydrated, and they hurt. I think they hurt their leg or something.
Not all of them was hurt.
And that's why Shawn Michaels said, "Yo, I'll never do this again." He said, "I'm done." He said, "I'm done now."
You know, it just took Taker so long to get it.
Yeah.
And then
But like he said, and he's like he said in his documentary, when Vince needs me, I'm a team player. But you gotta know.
You gotta know.
It's time to say stop.
You gotta know when, bro.
You gotta know when to tell Vince no. Just give me a Legends contract. I'll do little appearances, around the country as the Undertaker. I'll sign autographs and do philanthropy work. Sit your behind down somewhere.
Say something. His last match ever should have been that end of an era match.
Yeah.
Because I
wasn't even mad at the streak ending. I wasn't mad at that.
I'm super mad at that. I will always be mad at that because Undertaker was like, and I used to say this to Will all the time, Undertaker was like Santa Claus. He was like the Tooth Fairy.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment he lost that, it was like, oh, he's not real. It took away his legitimacy as the top five guy.
As a larger than life character.
Which is what you said earlier.
Yep.
To me, the only thing that he has left is his longevity and evolution of the character.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, and I guess you give it to him as well, but it's the greatest character that Vince McMahon has ever made.
Yeah. Because in the documentary, they were trying to name him something else. I forgot what it was, but it was like some cartoonish new generation era type of character. And it was like, no. And I think it was Paul Bearer that actually like came up with the whole concept. And and it turned into gold. It wasn't even about him being it was like him looking like the Grim Reaper. Like kids was scared of him.
I was petrified.
You talking about the Undertaker?
Yeah. I was petrified of the Undertaker.
Yeah, I was too. I was more scared of Papa Shango, but I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh yeah, Papa Shango.
But
Papa Shango had me bugged out, especially when he did that thing with Ultimate Warrior.
That was gold, Will.
He did that thing with Ultimate Warrior. I was like, oh.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
But Undertaker losing to Roman Reigns at Mania? When Bray Wyatt and them dragged him and Kane out?
Mm-hmm. And wasn't that supposed to be like the end because he put the hat down?
The end?
And the boots, right?
That was the
hat and the coat.
That was the Roman one.
Right. It was supposed to be over. That at that time it was supposed to be really over there. Because that's like the ultimate sign of I'm done. I'm leaving it all in the ring.
I waited another 40 minutes after WrestleMania was over until they kicked us out of the arena because we were waiting to see who was going to pick up the hat and the coat. Because
it's just sacrilege.
Yeah, they eventually told us like, listen, he's not coming back out to get it. It's just going to be some hand that comes to get it. But they left it there for so long. They left it there for a legit another 30 to 40 minutes. But I have the video from that night.
Gigi Lama? We're going to see them later.
Mommy. The atmosphere from it was just like, it was like, oh my gosh, like it's really over. Like it was ripe. It was there. Like the two times that I thought that the Undertaker should have retired and it would have been the right way is the end of an era and the one against Roman.
Right.
Those were it. And I feel like his body wouldn't be as bruised up if he'd have let it go.
Yeah, because he had two hip replacements.
Yep.
He got screws in his back. I mean, matter of fact, he got hip and knee replacements.
Come on, do you want to live? Do you want to be able to see your kids grow up? So
that's why I was proud of Stone Cold when he finally gave it up. He was like, "Listen, I can't do this no more." and he went out the right way. You go out with the greatest storied rival you ever had in your career. And you lose to him, you pass the torch. Beautiful.
And it doesn't mean that you have to completely go away from the company. or from wrestling. You could be a producer. You could be a coach. You could own a wrestling company. You know, there's so many other things that you can do in transition, you know, and I feel like some of them just don't get it. And I understand it's hard, but you know, we just have to be careful when it comes to that kind of thing, because you can really destroy what you had. And I think The Undertaker definitely destroyed the legitimacy of him being top 5 of all time. Because do you put him in your top 5 still?
Yeah.
Will, you put Taker in your top 5?
Yes.
Without the streak?
Yo, listen, he did a lot for the business, bro. At the end of the day, I can't, even if he with the streak, bro. Like, yes.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
What?
Who's your top 5?
Of all time.
All time.
Stone Cold.
Okay.
Taker. Randy Savage.
Mhm.
Hold up. I would put Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna
It's a legitimate one. It's a legitimate top 5.
I'm gonna poke holes in it.
Okay.
You gonna throw Hogan in there?
No. I said I'm gonna poke holes
Oh.
in your top 5 list.
Okay.
Now, if we're talking favorites, if that's just like your personal favorites, then I won't beat you up. But if we're talking about legitimately the top 5 wrestlers of all time,
Of all time, no.
3 of those guys
that's-
gotta come out.
If that's his personal favorite, that's different.
Yeah,
Right.
I would say that's my personal favorite.
Is that your personal favorite?
Yeah.
Okay. Now do me a favor and don't talk from your personal favorites. Talk from it just being in your mind. These guys made the business. These are the guys. Without these guys, where would we be? Go ahead, Will, you up?
Hogan.
Thank you.
I would say Taker. I'll still include Taker. Yuri, quiet, bro. And you doing this because I'm online. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hey, stop. Yeah, this shit's crazy. Hogan, Taker. For business. I will go. You said for the business, right? Top 5. Do I have to be the past, or does it have to be
Present, future, doesn't matter.
all right? Stone Cold, Rock, and Mike. Oh, whoa, no. I said, did I add Flair?
No.
All right, Flair, Hogan. Stop. Jesus Christ. Flair, Hogan. Shawn. Austin. And man, Jesus. I'm gonna throw and I'm gonna say the name Brett.
No, sir. You've been muted. Cisco.
No particular order, but I gotta say Hogan, Flair, Stone Cold, Rock, Shawn Michaels.
You got 4 of them, right? Dre, come back, sir.
I'm right here.
Thank you. God bless you is my prayer.
I can't stand you.
God bless you is my prayer. We're not asking for your personal top 5.
I know. I'm going with Hogan. I'm going with Flair. I'm going with Austin. I'm going with Shawn Michaels. And so I'm confused with this one. So Hogan made wrestling and interjected it with music and movies.
Sports entertainment.
But I'm gonna have to close out with The Rock because out of everybody, he's had the best movie career. So he helped wrestlers get more looked at seriously as actors to me. So he made
wrestling mainstream.
Yeah, he made it for the John Cena's to be able to Batista's. So I'll close out with him. That in my opinion, that's the 5. That transition.
That's a preacher.
Very good. All of you. I'm gonna meet you guys. Let me meet you all. Okay. All of you have done very well with your list to a certain extent. I think Cisco, you were off by 1. Pastor Rumble, you were off by 1. And I think Will, you were off by 2. But you still did good, Will. I'll salute you when you do wrong, when you do right. And I'm so bad at you when you do wrong. You can't switch it now, son.
No, I wasn't trying to switch it. I said Brett. The reason why I said Brett is because he made it good for popular for the smaller guys that actually hold the title, and he actually brought, in my opinion, like, okay, I'm gonna say my opinion. Yo, Yuri, can you please? I'm sorry. Please be quiet, bro.
He said no.
In my opinion, he made it like, you know what I'm saying, big for the smaller guys to win. Like, you know, Vince was bringing in, you know, Hogan, bigger guys that helped.
Shawn Michaels did that. But go ahead.
Here we go. Muting you guys again. All right. So, Will, stop talking. You're muted. Stop talking. You're muted. Here's the top 5 all time. This is not my favorite. Because you know the first name that I'm going to say would not be in my favorite. But if we're going to say top 5, Terry, Stone Cold, The Rock, Flair, and Rum Dum John Cena. And you know why? You have to do it by generations. And when you look at the generations, you have to look at it and go, who in that generation is better than this person? Who's had a better run? Who was the better merch seller? The guys that I mentioned.
So you should have started off talking. I didn't know we were going. I thought we were going by who transitioned. I didn't know we were going by generation.
No, that's how I do mines. But that's why I said everybody was the top 5 lists weren't completely off. Because
I only added Shawn because he transitioned what an in-ring wrestler should be. So he made way for the Adam Coles, the Chris Jerichos, the Seth Rollins, the AJ Styles. So we have great wrestling because of, as far as in-ring and smaller guys, because of him. So that's the only, I'm like, I had to add him.
I hear you. But when you look at it, when you look at the people that he was in, like during his prime, when he was in, could he be better than The Rock? Was he better?
If we talking in ring, yes. But if we're talking about total as a superstar, hell no. We know that though.
So The Rock and Stone Cold, they cancel out Undertaker, Triple H, HBK, anybody. Because those 2 guys, they were it. First of all, The Rock didn't even have a long career. But his impact in the amount of time that he did, it's unsurmountable. The amount of great things that he did for the business. And like Dre and Cisco said, him being in the movies, he helped bring more mainstream people to know more about wrestling because he was there. Okay? When you look at Flair's era, the Dusties, all of them, they fall short to him. Rick is the guy. Y'all know I hate John Cena. I hate that man with a pure passion. But what Cena did for the company, he held them up by his bootstraps for like the last 10 or 15 years. He was WWE's LeBron James. Not to mention, what is he, 15-time champion now?
Who, Cena?
Yeah. Or did he tie?
You know why? You know why I don't count Cena? And it's no he is though. In that sense, you are 100% right. So,
but you look at it though.
So yeah, sure. I would take Shawn Michaels off of my list, and I would add Cena.
Cena has more title wins.
No, you're right.
I don't know. Oh, he's also Grand Slam. Something that The Rock nor Stone Cold got.
But Shawn Michaels was the first.
Some people count him as the first.
What you mean? He is the first.
Nah, some people don't count him as the first.
Why? Because the European title is banned?
Right, because they saying under the old rule, like, and they started saying that because of him. Under the old rule, you could be Grand Slam with the European, but a lot of people don't count him as the first.
Nah, he's the first, and they even, I remember.
I think it was like 02 or 03. They started saying he was the first, but I know for a long time.
Michael Cole said it the day that he won it.
First, I'm Shawn Michaels, right?
Yeah, Michael Cole said it. No, he's the first Grand Slam champion.
I was doing the research the other day because I was trying to figure out, for the post that I made with all of the black champions, what did they need to be Grand Slam? So
yeah, because they even consider what's his name? Don't they consider Booker T a Grand Slam?
He is.
He's never won an
European title though. I think
he never won the IC title.
Right though. Like Shawn Michaels was labeled the first Grand Slam champion. They did include the European title at one point in time.
They did.
But Booker T never won the IC title.
Hold on. Booker got it. I'll tell you right now. Because I was doing all this research the other night. Booker and Kofi are the only black Grand Slam champs.
I know Kofi is. I definitely know Kofi is. But when did Booker win the IC title?
Hold on.
Yeah, Booker was the IC champion at one point in time.
When did Booker T won the Intercontinental title?
Yeah, bro, he did. I think he did win it. Yeah.
I know he won the US title in WCW. Now, I do know that. Because that was the first single title he won. Period. But Intercontinental?
Hold on. Give me a second. Wait, did I just pass him? Where'd it go? Guerrero, Big Show, Christian, Jeff Hardy. Booker T, here we go. World Heavyweight 06. Tag team.
Yeah.
I'm called that. Tag team. That actually made me miss my place. Okay, 07, 2000, July 7, 2003. He won the Intercontinental.
Wow.
And then his last one to Grand Slam it was Hardcore. He won May 4th, 2002. So he is a Grand Slam. Yeah, so he's definitely Grand Slam. And I also have the list of what the other black guys need to be champ. All of you guys left? That's crazy. Is anyone still here?
I'm right here, bro.
Oh man. For Big E to be the Grand Slam champion, he needs the US championship. For Lashley, he needs the tag team championship.
That's gonna be easy for him to get.
Huh?
That's gonna be easy for Lashley to get. He's gonna get that.
I agree. For Sheldon, he needs to either win the heavyweight or the universal. And
wait, what did he win? He never won. Hold on, he never won the heavyweight championship title.
No,
I could have sworn he did. That's crazy, bro.
he didn't. And for The Rock needs the U.S. championship to win.
They won't give that. That's because if he come back,
It would be great.
he might just win it just because one day, just because they want
Yeah,
give
just
him
to make him Grand Slam.
Yeah,
Well,
he don't need it though. But I mean, you know,
it would be nice to see him be Grand Slam champion. Well, this is it for us. This has been a long episode. we pushed 2 hours tonight.
yeah, bro. It's gonna be like this for me next week too, because they having a 14-day revival, so I'm gonna be in church.
Oh, you need 14-day revivals.
That's his SDA church. Leave him alone. He making his
Oh, that's why. Okay, never mind.
Y'all come back and say goodbye to the people so we can get off of this.
We here, baby. We here.
There we go. We all here finally in the flesh. Listen,
I'm gonna have a new background next week though.
all right, we got to talk about it. We need to get we'll talk about it offline, but I want to tell the people here we have to be able to get ourselves together and we do a show where we're all in the same place.
Word.
We got to get one in at least every couple of months.
One what?
One where we're all in the same building.
Oh yeah, we gotta set that up. That's a fact.
We got to set it up. I got the equipment.
You got somewhere in mind?
I don't know, but we're gonna have to set
Y'all
it up.
y'all pray. I'm looking for a church building in Brooklyn, so we could start using that once I.
That'll be dope. And I got all the equipment for us to use, mics, cameras, all of that. We just got to find a place. So that's something for us to look out. So at least every couple of months we all get together and do it in one spot. Well,
I'm down with that.
This has been good, guys. Listen, don't forget to follow us on all the social media networks. Join our group. Follow each of these guys' wrestling pages, except for Bo, because Bo doesn't have a wrestling page. But you can follow him, Bo's No 83.
I actually do, but I didn't. I gotta work out the kinks. I really do have one too.
All right, amen. God bless.
Make that happen.
But make it happen, Kevin. But you can follow him at Bo's Nose 83. You can follow Dre at Royal Rumble. Am I saying it right, Dre? You can follow
Royal Rumble 84.
Oh, Royal Rumble 84 on IG and underscore Daddy Warbucks. Am I saying that right?
Underscore Daddy underscore Warbucks. Yes.
Yep. There's a lot of words there. And I'm always at the Bearded Wrestling helm working it out. This has been fun, but I've got to run. See y'all later.
Later, guys.
Peace.